Hey guys, well it's time to start sewing our emojis together. And the first thing you need to do is lay your emoji out and work out whether you have any sections that have more than one layer. So my eyes are just one layer, but my mouth here, I've got my mouth and then I've got the vomit coming out of the mouth. So if you've got any bits that are double layers like this, they need to be sewn together first. Okay, I'm just looking at this. I'm going to trim this a little bit shorter. You make last minute changes. So I'm just taking my scissors here and I'm just going to cut a little bit off the edge there. And I think that looks a bit better. Okay, so what you need to do, you can choose a contrasting thread or you can choose one that's similar. I've got one that's similar here to go with my vomit. And I've already shown you how to thread, or you should have already watched how to thread a needle, and if you want to, you can secure the thread. And I'm just going to tie this in a knot. Okay, you should all know, or hopefully you're still learning how to do that. All right, so I'm going to pick up these two pieces, and when we're sewing anything together, we always start from the back. So remember, I'm pinching my fingers together so that when I put my needle at the back here, it lines up with my fingernail at the front. You don't want to go in to your fingernail, because that really hurts if you get up in there. So don't push through hard, just wiggle through, and it should come in next to your fingernail there. Come through, and we're just going to sew these together, doing a running stitch. So I'm just going to go, now if the thread is at the back, then your needle comes through at the back. If your thread is at the front, then you go down with your needle at the front. Don't come over like this because you'll make a loop. So it's always a good idea when you're first starting, before you pull your needle through, check I've got my needle, this and this are on the same side. So the eye and the thread coming out are on the same side. Sorry, it's out of focus there. So the eye and the tail are on the same side. The point should be all on its lonesome on the front. Can you see that? And I'm just doing small stitches. Large stitches look horrible. Keep them small. And I'm just stitching this around. You can hear, I can tell I'm here late, the cleaners are all working. Alright, I'm just going to squeeze a little one in here and then back through there. So I've just stitched that on like that. Okay, now what you could do now, I mean I'm just going to finish this off, but if you've got enough thread, and I'm getting a little bit short here, you could actually put this on here, push your needle through to the back, and I'll snip this off. You push your needle through the back and see how that's sitting in about the right spot. But I've got it here, and you could just keep going, just holding this in place, and I could keep going and sew this through. You're probably saying, well, why don't I just sew all three areas together? Look, you can do that, but sewing through 3 layers of felt can be a little tough. If you want to hold them all in place and just sew through the 3 layers, give it a go. If not, you can keep going like this. Now, because my cotton's running out and I don't want to do it this way, I'm actually going to just undo this. And what most of you can do, I'm just going to cut my needle off here. What most of you can do is once you've just sewn your first layer together, just undo that little secured stitch there, is on the back here. Let's thread this up. So you've sewn your 2 layers together. If you want to do down here, you can. I would just do it this edge. 2 little securing stitches, just so it doesn't come undone. 1, 2. Leave a bit of a tail. Never cut it down close because that will unravel very easily. Leave a tail. And when we sew this on later, we'll just make sure these little tails are tucked in behind. And now you can get another colour. You might want to use red for the whole outside. You want to use green for the whole outside, whatever colour, and you would do the whole lot in another colour. Okay, that's just holding it together. It's much easier to hold one piece than have 1, 2, 3, or possibly even 4 layers. So do your layers first. When it's all in one piece, then put it where you want it and sew that on.